There is nothing that Donald Trump is more fixated on than undermining the integrity of American elections. And he is using every lever at his disposal to do so. It has really become kind of a whole of government approach. He has tried to strong-arm Republicans in Congress to pass his expansive voter restriction bill. He has installed election deniers throughout his administration. His defense secretary has not ruled out deploying troops during the upcoming midterms. And his administration talks about sending federal agents like ICE officers to the polls as well. Trump has also attempted to use the U.S. Postal Service to restrict mail-in ballots. And he's tried to rewrite election laws with executive orders to make it harder to vote. In just the last week, Trump's Department of Homeland Security told states that it would withhold anti-terrorism funds unless they changed their voting rules. His DOJ threatened state election officials with prosecution in an attempt to intimidate them. And just last night, Trump, with the go-ahead from the conservative majority Supreme Court, purged the remaining members of the Election Assistance Commission, a bipartisan independent agency that supports election officials nationwide in administering elections. So that is a lot. And I probably just skimmed the surface there. And if you're wondering why Trump might have done the last piece I just mentioned, just consider that the commission was part of a joint statement that said there was no evidence that the 2020 election was compromised. And we know how he feels about that. Joining me now is election attorney and founder of Democracy Docket, Mark Elias, who keeps us all warned and informed so that we're all ready for November. Okay, Mark, let me start with this. And we talked about this on the show last night, but there have been a variety of responses to Trump purging the last Election Assistance Commission members. I mentioned why he may have done that. But what do you think the impact of this latest move is from Trump? Should people be very worried about it, not so worried? What will it actually do during, before, after the election?
Yeah, so look, I think, Jen, you got it right in your lead up, which is it's not that any one of these things is in and of itself like going to, cause us to not have free and fair elections. It is the cumulative impact of those things, plus his various statements. Remember, going back to last August, he said that he believed the states were his agents for the counting and tabulation of ballots. That means that he believes he is in charge of what ballots get counted and not. And he said that before, all those things that you listed that he's done with the Postal Service and the like. He has repeatedly said that Republicans should take over the vote counting, and he suggested 15 places. Well, how many places did he just deploy election monitors to? 15. All in Democratic jurisdictions, mostly in blue states. So this latest thing with the EAC, with the Election Assistance Commission, is just a further sign that what he wants to do is to remove off the playing field any referee that might call the game honestly, anyone who might speak up or stand in his way that's in the federal government is going to be sidelined. And that's the reason why he didn't just fire the Democrats. He actually made the Republican resign so that there is no Election Assistance Commission.
Especially kind of after the election, right? I mean, if he were to say something funny happened in this election because Democrats went back to House, this is the kind of group who might say something funny didn't happen, right? And they're bipartisan, so they could play a role in doing that, right? Is that what people should understand? Yeah.
Yeah, they might speak out. They might vouch for election equipment, which is one of the things that they play a role in. That is reportedly one of the things that has irritated people around Donald Trump is that they have certified election equipment as being accurate. And, he may want to say that it's faulty. And you're exactly right. That's among the reasons.